Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you why I ripped up my list. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. My name is Mason Van Meter. For those of you who do not know me, if you're brand new to the channel, I am the founder of a company called Running Buddies Academy, where we help life insurance agents, just like you watching, run up the ladder of success together. So the reason I'm making this today is just to give some personal feedback on why I decided to rip up my list, because this was by far one of the biggest contributors to my success in the first year of the life insurance industry. So we have all these expectations, right? Things we have to do on one side, the things we can't do on another, yada yada, the list goes on. And when we can rip up our list of expectations on why we need to do something, why we have to, can't do this, should, must, wouldn't, would, when you can rip all those up, it's actually pretty liberating, because I think when we operate from a place of having to do this or needing to do this or feeling a certain way, it places a lot of weight or our marbles of attention on different aspects. And when we have all those diversified and scattered, we can't ever really collect our energy, our focus, and dedicate it to a certain channel, whatever the case is. It's like I noticed I would be sad or depressed, whatever the case is, and when I chose to identify with being sad, I noticed that it had a huge toll or effect on my work. But when I looked at the grand scheme of things, there was actually no physical effort, being exhausted, or nothing actually getting in the way of me dialing, running appointments or anything, simply because I felt sad. And when you can just accept how you feel, it kind of eliminates that prison or that facade or mirage, whatever you want to call it, that we act like we're in. So I noticed when I was feeling sad on a particular day, it would get in the way of a lot of the workflow or activities that I needed to do to make sure I got paid and got families protected. And that kind of put my mentality in a prison, should you say. But I found that when I ripped up my list of expectations, those prisons began to become platforms that I could stand on. And I learned that if I would just faithfully serve the season that I was in, and it took me years to realize this. Like when I was working in my old factory jobs, I would show up early, I would work over late, I would go here and do this and do whatever I could to be the best employee possible, because I took a great pride in doing what the other people wouldn't do. I noticed that when I just faithfully served, I would get recognition in places I would least expect it. So like when it came time to ask for a raise or anything and my boss wouldn't give it to me, the people above me got wind that I wasn't being compensated fairly for the value that I was providing, and they stepped in and gave me what I felt like I deserved, because they knew what it would cost them if I went somewhere else to chase after that pay raise or the promotion. And there's plenty of examples in this in my past factory life, and I'm sure you have some in yours. But what I mean by faithfully serving is that like integrity piece, even when no one was watching, because what you do in today's age, when no one else is looking, matters more than anything else by far. That integrity aspect that you choose to live by, of what you do when no one else is looking, is so vital today. So when you can just faithfully serve the process and be obedient to that and honor it, it's not about getting to the results anymore. It's just, can you take great pride in doing what you're doing to the best of your ability? If I was a McDonald's fry cook, I would have been the best McDonald's fry cook possible. Like, it's quite simple. But what is simple or easy to do is also easy not to do. And that's why I think a lot of us place so much meaning or attribute so much value or weight into certain things, like, oh, I'm feeling sad, I can't do this, when actually there's nothing stopping you or barring you from do that, but you choose to identify with being sad, and you place so much meaning in, oh, because I'm sad, I can't do this, I need to do this. But when you just accept that you're sad, or you accept what you have, like, because you get what you tolerate, when you can just accept that process, I promise you it yields so much better results, just based on my personal experience. Reject this if you feel it doesn't apply to you. I can only tell you what I've learned from my mistakes and victories, if you would call them that. But when we take all the weight off all these expectations, it's a liberating experience, because now you don't have all the can'ts, must, should do's, have to's, and needs. And you can do what the 99% of people aren't willing to do, because you quite literally detach your emotions from that process and just live it. And I think that has been a very liberating framework for how I choose to make decisions and live my life. And here's the thing, it didn't only affect my life insurance sales, so the financial aspect was going great, but it also helped me rebalance my wheel. It wasn't like a square wheel anymore. It was actually round. It could rotate. It could flow through life and roll down the hill. But I noticed that once my wheel was now balanced, my relationships got better. My spirituality got better. My attitude got better. Like, so many things improved by just ripping up my list of expectations and just letting life rewrite my expectations. But I noticed when I ripped up my list, I could choose where I placed meaning at. And that was freeing. Like, that was powerful to me, because I could choose what mattered most to me, and I could focus solely on this thing at this time. And it helped me with my prioritization, decision making, procrastination, relationships, like I said, everything. It overall just increased my life. But just to kind of niche down and explain why this was important to my life insurance business, well, when I could not be attached or felt like I have to get paid or I have to make this sale, it became truly a numbers game at that point, because there was no emotions tied to the process. And to make that last statement just more simple for you to swallow, I wasn't worried about whether someone bought a policy or not. I was just wanting to make sure they made an informed decision. They motivated themselves to buy, and that took all the pressure off the person and put it truly on a process. And that is the beauty of making it a numbers game, is that it was predictable and measurable. And if it's not predictable or measurable, like, there's no way to actually know where you're at. And if you don't know where you're at, there's no way possible for you to know where you can expect to be. So I just noticed I was able to consistently produce at a high caliber, high scale, and people were a lot happier because there was no external motivation or 100-year-old sales tactics that I was trying to employ to persuade them to feel a certain way. They quite literally motivated themselves, because what I've noticed about external motivation is that it seems to wear off 10 times faster than internal motivation. Like, people were able to decide, like, okay, here's my problem. Does this have utility? And does this function well for me? And they were able to make an educated decision. And it kind of took the whole price factor out of it. And they just saw, well, is this valuable to me or not? But anyways, guys, I hope that was simple and easy for you to understand. Maybe if you're a life insurance agent, you can rip up your list if you found this valuable. But if you're a life insurance agent, please drop a like. It helps the channel so much to get to more life insurance agents who are really interested in helping out and get to a six-figure income. That way their quality of life is better. Because as Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So once again, please leave a like, comment your favorite part, hit that thumbs down if you disliked it. It doesn't bother me anyway. And drop a subscription if you felt this was valuable. Can't wait to see you guys. Stay powerful. Love you all. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for getting my channel to where it's at. And hope this helps you in some way, as it's helped me tremendously. Thanks. Have a great day.